Hey VC, Vinyl Spin back indoors today. It's a little nippy out there, 42 degrees, breezy, damp. We had a little bit of rain and it's overcast. A little more hospitable conditions down here in the archives. What I'd like to show today was CDs. In particular, a great German reissue label. It's called Garden of Delights. It was started around 90 by Walter Nowicki. They put out their very first release in April of '91, and they've been going strong ever since. Just recently they have gotten into vinyl reissues, which I was very happy to hear. But I discovered them back in the early 2000s when I was doing my radio show, and discovered them through Walter's sampler series. The sampler series, I think they're up to 17 volumes now. This is number 1, or they go in increments. This is CD 010, then 020, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on. Each one of these volumes in the sampler series covers about 8 to maybe 12 albums of the newest releases of different group albums on that label. These are mostly obscure German releases that were basically unknown to the world. These groups may have put out only 50 albums originally. So the pressings on a lot of these artists and albums that are released on this reissue label are extremely rare, extremely obscure, with a smaller percentage of more common albums that we're familiar with by more popular groups that we've heard of. So it's just a mixed bag in there, but most of it is a lot more obscure German Krautrock. I just love the fact that you get to hear stuff that for the very first time that basically the entire world wasn't aware of because of the low number of pressings. Some of these albums that this label is releasing are in the 5 figures now. So yeah, a real treat. And I like the fact that Walter's label, he puts a lot of research, information, details, quality into his CD reissues here. The jewel case has a thick, glossy, full color catalog. Sometimes so many pages in there, 20, 30, 40, 42 pages that it'll barely squeeze inside the jewel case. Anything you could possibly want to know about, he has researched it and it's in there. I mean, it is detailed. He does an excellent job. I was corresponding with him and asking him some questions, and he was very cordial. Answered all my questions, very friendly letter, and he sent me in the mail a whole bunch of these here psychedelic underground samplers. So I was very thankful for that. Very nice guy, very knowledgeable. He's a record collector himself, has a vast collection of prime stuff here on the original pressings. He goes to great extent to find the very best original pressings. Sometimes the tapes, the original masters, are lost, so he has no choice but to track down an original, LP pressing, and then, doctor it to where, you get that best possible facsimile thereof, in existence. So you can hear that on some of these, but he does such a good job. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all for some of the really rare artists on here. The very first one on the label came out in April of '91, and it was a group called Epidaurus. Great symphonic prog here, Earthly Paradise, from about '77. There's their logo, marijuana leaf 001. This is a fantastic album, highly recommended. The only drawback is the female lead singer has a somewhat, amateurish voice, but if you can get past that, the musicianship is great. Very keyboard dominant, electronic, symphonic progressive, very spacey, very spacey, and this is one that has been recently reissued on vinyl. They're slowly, reissuing more and more of their more popular selling CDs on the vinyl format, which I was very glad to hear about. So I have ordered this on vinyl now. But I got most of these in the early 2000s up to about 2007, 8, 9. And I'll just go through them here. First I'll start off with the Psychedelic Underground Sampler series. All these samplers here in each of the volumes, like CD volume 10, 20, 30, 40, so on, they are all limited. They're all limited to, I think, 1,000 to 3,000 copies only. And once they're gone, they're gone. And this is number 1, volume 1. There we go. And this is volume number 2. I love the artwork on there. Great artwork. And of course, this is when the label was starting out, so these catalogs get thicker and thicker, of course, with every new album that is reissued from the label. Okay, here's one that has the actual number on it. This here had, this was 2,098 copies. 1297. And then Psychedelic Underground number 3. And number 4. And number 5. And here's number 6. Of 3,000 copies, this is number 2030. And here's number 7. And number 8. And number 9. Yeah, just absolutely incredible psychedelic imagery on these. Love it. Hopefully you can read the artists there. Yeah, most of the artist releases, the albums, go from about 1970 on up to the early 80s, but most of them are in that early 70s to mid 70s period. And here's number 10. That's really a beautiful one there. I gotta get the rest of them. I think, see, volume number 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17 are the ones I'm missing, so I'm gonna get those here shortly. Number 11. And finally, number 12. This one has a really cool artwork on there too. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the stuff Roger Dean does, but less fantasy, you know, more realism in the painting there. And here is just, I grabbed some of the, just randomly numbered here. Of course, Epidaurus, Earthly Paradise. This is also a really good one. Light Shine, Feeling is the title of that one. There we go. Sub, this is a great one. Sub in concert. Now, this isn't actually in concert, but it's made to sound like it's in concert. But the guitar jamming, the psychedelic jams on here are wild. Man, you got to check this one out. Very psychic, cosmic jamming there. Here's Siddhartha. That was number 013, number 13. Yeah, here's one that if you can find the original LP pressing, it's extremely expensive. But it's now reissued on vinyl, thank goodness. So I will be getting a copy of that vinyl counterpart here to this CD soon. That Ela Craig's a great listen. Here's another great listen, Morpheus, Rabentour. Like that landscape art there. And the Royal Servants, We. This is a, you know, psychedelic rock. And this is a great one. This is a must. Of course, a lot of you have heard of Gila, Free Electric Sound, with that dragon coming out over the mountainscape and the sky in the background. This is their follow-up after Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee. Yeah, this is their third one, but this is also really good. Their first two and this one are all great, just depending on the mood. Love that artwork, man. Just excellent, excellent psych guitar keyboards. This is another great one. Fantastic guitar jams, keyboards in here. Psych, incredible. Iliff, Close Encounter with their third one. Very Roger Dean art there, isn't it? Eulenspiegel, too. And I like the way, you know, some labels have censored or changed the artwork because it might offend somebody. But I like the way they keep it original here on this reissue label. That's the way it was originally intended. That little dead cooked chicken there under the little baby chick. Yeah, they airbrushed that out so the little chick is just standing directly on the egg yolk. They're constantly doing that. I don't know why they do that. There's the band members there. This isn't too bad. This is more in your Krautrock stamp, that, you know, stereotype Krautrock you would expect. And this is another good one. There's horns in here and keyboards and guitar. This is Electrip by Soul Caravan. This is a classic. Classic. Great artwork there. Very colorful. And this group was a very young band members here. But they do a pretty good job. Very melodic here. Kind of a symphonic progressive from '76. It sounds much older though. A lot of the issues, a lot of the albums on this here reissue label, even though they're in the maybe mid-70s to around close to 80, they have a very early 70s sound. You'd swear the music is much older. Yeah, nice long pieces here. Yeah, here's a classic. Kind of an ethnic, kind of a raw ethnic. I think this was recorded in a thatch hut with primitive equipment. Kalakakra, Crawling to Laza. Yeah, very, very different listening experience there. Here's Earl Koenig. A little bit of symphonic here. Very melodic here. Nice. I really enjoyed this one. And very psyche here. Mrs. Beastly. A take on Mrs. Beasley. Buffy's little doll on Family Affair from '66. Not bad. This was kind of a, how would I describe this one? Kind of space rock. Just a little bit of electronic space rock, a little bit of symphonic prog with psych touches on this one. Minotaurus. Minotaurus. This wasn't a bad listen at all. Really enjoyed that one. Here's another one I really enjoyed. Think. The title of the album here is Variety. Very psyche here, yeah. Very psyche. I think you can sample just about all these on YouTube or Discogs together. And here was one that was, I think this is kind of in that league with Paternoster, Necronomicon. These two albums were pressed in very low numbers originally, and they're way up in, I think, the $1,000 plus range now. This one here, I think, had an incredible fold-open cover. It fold open into the shape of a cross. And this is a great listen, as well as Paternoster. If you want something very psyche, incredible sight keyboards and guitar work and echo and haunting vocals and just a dark, ominous atmosphere, just eerie, otherworldly, check out Paternoster and Necronomicon. Tip zum Selbstmord. Tip zum Selbstmord. Yeah. Tips on suicide. See, toward the end here, I'll open up one of these thicker catalogs and just kind of give you a showing of the nice thick catalog. Here, I'll do it on this one here. This is a Joy Unlimited Schmetterling, or Butterfly. This was out of print for such a long time. Finally back in print. Their Reflections is really good too. Schmetterling and Reflections are my favorite by Joy Unlimited. Go. Let's see here. The first two pages, where he talks about in great detail, are in German and then in English. Yeah. Gary Cosmic Pickle was talking about how a lot of these here jazz CD reissues are sparse on bios and history about the group and their connections with other groups. And I told him this is not. This reissue label is not. This is a veritable feast of knowledge. Walter Nowicki definitely does his homework and intensive research on this. You can tell he loves what he's doing. He leaves almost no stone unturned here. There's some of the original labels there. How they appeared on the various LP and CD reissues. Band member photos. Yeah, this is just one example. Some of them are almost double this, photo-wise and information-wise. But yeah, and in a lot of these, you get to see full color photos of every single one of the albums in full color that is released on this here label. Just pure eye candy, and lots of wonderful information. Here's a later one. This is CD 112, Fading Beauty by Faithful Breath. And a really recent one here. This is number 146, Iblis. This is a great one. Although a little simpler than some of the groups of this same ilk, the last track on this album makes it worth getting. It's called Aether. Yeah. Classic jam session here. Very percussive. Just very something to just kind of chill out and relax by. Let's see, Marga, Drops, High Life, and Aether. So that's this label. Check it out. Their website is, I think, maybe God, G-O-D. Could be Garden of Delights. It's been a while since I've been to the website, but yeah, just put in that Garden of Delights and it'll take you right to the website there, and you can see all this stuff. So, hope you enjoyed, everybody. Take care.